Morning, everybody. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning. Lots to get to, so let's just jump right in. Things are quiet for now as we have kind of a mix of clouds and clear skies. Fairly light winds. You see an area of high pressure that'll be sitting just southeast of Lincoln there, or excuse me, Hebron, or if I can get my locations right, that would be Hastings right there. Area of high pressure right there. You have clockwise rotation, very light winds just southeast of Hastings, and much of the area very light winds. Southwest Nebraska will be the first areas that start to maybe pick up on some snow later on this morning and into the afternoon hours. A nice little band might set up, in fact, so there could be some snow accumulation in these locations right here. The other thing is winds may start to pick up a little bit out of the southeast here. Most of us, the winds are going to be relatively light today, literally the calm before the storm without all that wind out there. It was kind of a blustery day yesterday. We won't see that today. But then tonight the winds will start to increase. The snow moving in from the southwest this evening, so snow chances increasing for the Tri-Cities area and other locations. Not everybody though, but then after midnight I think this is when the more widespread snow starts to move in. In fact, we may see this kind of fill in here later on after midnight tonight. Most of this should still be snow by tomorrow morning. Winds going to be a little blustery out of the the southeast, but nowhere near the level of the wind we saw last week. This is looking like a little bit of a weaker storm system than previously expected. If you were with us last week, and that's the last time you looked at the forecast last week, I was talking about what looked like a fairly significant winter storm with major implications. Doesn't look that way now. This will still have some impacts, don't get me wrong, but this looks to be more of a light to moderate snowfall. The other concern is icing. So what's going to happen as we head into the day on your Tuesday is that warmer air is going to override the colder air at the surface across the south. So you have cold air down low, below freezing, but then above that you have temperatures that are above freezing, overriding that. So snow falls through, it melts in that warmer air, and then as it gets closer to the surface, it can either refreeze before hitting the ground, that's sleet, or it refreezes after hitting the ground, that's freezing rain. A lot of that depends on how thick that low level of colder air is. Now, I think it'll be thin enough that most of this is going to fall as freezing rain where it falls. The biggest question is who is going to see the freezing rain. So as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow, freezing rain, more likely the farther southeast that you go, and less likely the farther north and northwest that you go. Along with that, it looks like some heavier snow could set up here over eastern portions of Nebraska before transitioning over to freezing rain. And some of those places in the southeast might actually get back over to plain old rain if it warms up enough there, northern Kansas and southeast Nebraska there. Meanwhile, we may get a little bit of freezing rain in the Tri-Cities. It would be fairly light. Might just be plain old freezing drizzle here as that snow starts to clear out of here, so we have to watch for at least the threat of some freezing drizzle and some light icing. The last of the precipitation will start to clear out of here Tuesday evening. By 9 o'clock, many of us are done, but maybe still a little bit left in the southeast. Rain that may change back over to a little bit of a band of snow right in there. By midnight, much of the precipitation done, and we could say goodbye to the storm system again. It does not look to be as long lasting as previously thought either. That's the good news. We'll pick up on more of a breezy north and northwest wind on the backside of the system. It will be fairly blustery heading into our day on Wednesday. It'll be chillier. We're going to keep some chilly air around as well as we head into the middle of the week. Really wrapping up the year of 2020 with some chilly air in place. So first off, we're going to talk snowfall totals, then we're going to talk about ice accumulation. First off, snowfall totals. Couple areas worth watching. The first one here, and I'm going to pause this back, actually right back here, is that first band that sets up over the southwest later on today and this evening. May get a couple of 1 to 3 inches of snowfall right there. Maybe some isolated higher amounts, but then spreads to the north and east. And that's where I think the second areas of heavier snow will set up. Now, this is not set in stone. Forecast models are still kind of all over the place with this one, but I'm really thinking the majority of the local 4 viewing area is going to be in the 1 to 5 inch range. The exceptions would be eastern Nebraska. I think these areas could be in the 3 to 7 inch range right here. And in fact, these are the areas I'd watch very closely for over 1/2 of a foot of snow. Looks like it would be much worse over into parts of Iowa. But as of right now, again, Tri-Cities, I'm thinking 1 to 3. Up north, I would say 2 to 5 in northern Nebraska. I would say 1 to 4 in the southwest. Northern Kansas, 1 to 2. Is where I'd be at right now. But 3 to 7 right here with isolated higher amounts. is what I would be looking at for those locations in our area here. Then there's the ice side of things, and the concern with ice, extend that out here, is that some places may get close to 1/4 inch of ice over southeastern areas. And when you start talking about, sorry about that, when you start talking about ice amounts that could be up around 15, 20, 25 hundredths of an inch of ice, that's when you can start to get branches that break, power lines can be affected, power outages. So that is a concern in the southeast. Now this isn't set in stone, but like I said, more likely to see ice to the southeast, less likely to see it to the north and to the west. Tri-Cities right now, I know it says 0. My thinking is maybe a couple of hundredths of an inch of icing, maybe 2-3 hundredths of an inch of icing. Slick spots still a possibility, even in the Tri-Cities. And really, I would say most of these areas right here, anybody within here has a chance of some icing, but the biggest impacts would be right in here. But again, keep in mind, even these areas right here that don't show much for numbers or colors, light icing, some slick roads, still a possibility. On to temperatures for the next couple of days. Temperatures in the 30s today, a lot of low and mid 30s, perhaps upper 30s out west. Tonight dropping back into the low and mid 20s. Tomorrow's temperatures a little chillier, upper 20s, low to mid 30s, and then colder on the backside of that system, teens and lower 20s for tomorrow night and a Wednesday morning, and kind of a chilly day on your Wednesday, 20s, mid to upper 20s, low to mid 30s out towards the west. Long range forecast, it's going to be cold to end the 2020 year here as we get towards Wednesday and New Year's Eve on Thursday, but at least it will be quieter. Friday, New Year's Day, still chilly. More clouds around. I would say the only area I'd be concerned about for maybe some snow would be far eastern parts of the local 4 viewing area, Lincoln, Beatrice, those locations. It looks like a significant storm system may be off to our east of the Missouri River, but maybe glancing eastern portions of Nebraska. Like I said, I think we'll just see a few extra clouds around the Tri-Cities. Notice the overnight lows will be a little bit colder a few of those nights, but then we start to see some recovery by Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures close to, if not a little bit above average, and sunshine sticking around for the first weekend of 2020. And actually, that is not a graphic I was going to show you because I've already talked about all the forecast here. So the only other graphic I want to show you is the 10-day forecast, and that shows us the recovering temperatures next week to back to a little bit above average in early next week here. And it's nice to talk about a new year as well, 2021. Those first 5 or 6 days of 2021 looking a little bit nicer, at least for a while there. So the biggest things I want to stress here before I let you go here is, like I said, this is not going to be a significant winter weather system, a significant storm. We're not talking about a major blizzard. The winds, they'll be blustery, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusts to 30 miles per hour. Nowhere near the gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour we saw last week. Okay, so that can still cause some blowing and drifting of snow, but not major blowing and drifting of snow. This does not look like a snowstorm that's going to dump feet of snow. We're talking at most, probably eastern Nebraska, 6 to 9 inches at most. Most of us, we're looking at the 1 to 4 inch rain, some isolated 5 inch amounts of snow. Icing, also a bit of concern. Slick road conditions, worse the farther southeast you go. Those are what we're looking at. So really a minimal to moderate winter weather system, not a major winter weather system the way it looks right now. The only other graphic I want to show you, because I completely forgot to show you that, and that is our, what do we have for winter weather headlines? Well, everybody within the sound of my voice that watches this as of right now in the local 4 viewing area under a winter weather advisory. They've already started in southwest Nebraska around McCook and westward. The rest of us, these won't kick in until tonight, either 6 p.m. or midnight tonight. Again, everybody winter weather advisory, no winter storm warnings, no blizzard warnings, nothing like that. There are winter storm warnings to our east in Iowa. The only area worth watching right now for maybe a change, the National Weather Service out of Omaha has mentioned maybe the possibility of adding a few counties to their winter storm warning there. Right now they have not. They're going to continue to watch the forecast models. If it looks like the snowfall totals are going to be up there around 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow or more, they'll probably upgrade those areas to winter storm warnings. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I think it'll happen, to be honest. I think some of those higher totals are worthy of a winter storm warning. That's about the only change I could see happening to this particular map right now. But again, with winter weather advisories, this means a lower end winter storm, not a significant winter storm, but it can still have its impact. So I still want you to take this thing seriously, but just know this is not going to be a crippling winter weather system. That's the best I can give you for now. All right, with that, going to let you all go. Thank you for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful Monday. I'll talk to you all again Tuesday morning when we're in the midst of snow, or maybe even a little bit of ice falling at that time. Until then, have a great Monday. Talk to you all later. Bye.